Good morning, welcome to Shan's Jams Vlogs. Today is Tuesday and I don't know what the plan is yet, but I'm thinking of making some chocky cakes. What do we think about that, eh? Shall we make some chocky cakes? He's so much more aware now, like. You proper look at things, don't you, and follow them? Ooh. Ooh. So yeah, I might try and find a little recipe online or look in me cookbooks and see if there's a nice little cake recipe that we can do. What do you think about that? Should we do some baking? Yeah. I might bake rather than cook tonight. So like maybe we'll order something in and then we can have cakes for after. And we can go to the shop and get some custard. Oh, how about that? Some custard for the chocky cake. I think the first thing I want to give him when he's 6 months and he's allowed to start eating foods is avocado, like smashed avocado. I'm going to try him on that. That's going to be like the first thing that I want to give him. Just to see if he likes it. I love avocado and I just want him to like it as well. So, I mean, we'll see. Might even give him a lemon as well. No, I'm joking. We'll do that when he's a little bit older. We can't be giving him lemons on his first try of food. He'll be like, what the hell is this? Be funny though. But no, we're not that evil. I'm just going to check if we have got the right ingredients for these chocky cakes, because I'm going to Boots and Tesco later. I've got butter, I've got eggs, I've got flour, I've got sugar, got cocoa powder to make it chocolatey, and that's all I need, I think, and a little bit of milk. That's pretty much the whole recipe for chocolate cupcakes. I've just looked online. I went for like the moist kind of ones. Well, it says in the recipe that they're moist. Whether they are or not, we'll have to wait and see. But I've got caster sugar. Got cocoa powder. I got that from Tesco the other day. I had the thought, you know, I'm definitely going to be making some chocky cakes at some point, so I'll just have it in just in case. And today's that day, so let's get baking. Okay, we're in the kitchen. We're ready to bake. First things first is the butter and the sugar. 175 grams of each. Mix it together to make it nice, light and fluffy. And then we start with the other ingredients, but let's do this first. So I've got some unsalted butter that needs melting. I usually do just use the salted butter in my cake recipes because I think the salt adds a bit more taste. But I'm going to try with the unsalted butter and see the difference. See if it makes any kind of difference. Oh no, that's out of date. Dang it, it's got a bit of mould on it. What? I always go to swear and then I've like got the baby and I'm like, oh, should I really swear right now? Okay, it looks like we are actually gonna have to go for the salted butter. Never mind. Never mind, eh? I didn't know butter went out of date like that so soon. Then again, how long's this been in there for? I actually don't know. That's a sign I need to sort the fridge out and check like all the dates and stuff. Okay, salted butter, let's try that again. We'll have to melt it because it's been in the fridge, so it's like a rock. Okay, let's put it in this mug because we only need 175 grams. Are you baking with mummy? 144. Don't start crying now. Don't start crying now. 173. Tiny bit more. 174. Tiny bit more. 175. We're alive. Right, I'm going to whack this in the microwave just to melt it a little bit, just so it's a bit easier for the whisk to make it fluffy. The thing with butter is, like, I always, whenever I put it in the microwave to melt, I melt it either too much or too little, and it's never like the perfect, like, soft butter that I want it. I always end up over melting it, but that should be alright. Whack that in the KitchenAid bowl. We love the KitchenAid. If there's one thing that you buy for the kitchen and you like to bake, I'd recommend a KitchenAid always, because it's just fab. Okay, so we've got our butter in. Now we need 175 grams of caster sugar, which will be nice and easy. We'll just whack that in. Ooh, bit too much sugar. I mean, you can never have too much sugar, let's be honest. Okay, let's put this in the KitchenAid. My favourite part. I'm just proper obsessed with this KitchenAid. Like, whenever I get a chance to actually use it, I'm always buzzing about it. You know what I mean? Right, let's go for this attachment to mix the butter and the sugar together. By the way, I'll leave the link to the recipe that I'm using on my description, or in my description, should I say. Ooh, we're mixing. Turn it up a bit. Light and fluffy, yeah, light and fluffy. Ooh, I better watch my hair, don't get caught in that. Imagine, I'd be like, wow. I mean, it'd be funny, like. Now we need to get the eggs in. So it says 3 eggs. I'm gonna beat them together first and then put them in. Honestly, like, whenever I'm walking around in this, or like I'm doing anything with the baby there, he just grabs my hair. And I'm like that, trying to get it out of his hands, because his hands are so strong. He like proper grips it like that. Don't you? You like gripping mummy's hair? Anyone else's baby do that? Whisker the egg. Okay, so we're gonna add that in to the sugar and butter mix first. Lovely jubbly. The aim of this mixture for me is light and fluffy. I want fluffy sponge. That's what I'm hoping for, so fingers crossed this recipe works. We've now got the self-raisening flour. 135 grams of flour. I'm not going to bother sieving it. Actually, maybe I should. Yeah, let's do that. Let's sieve it. Because we don't want lumps and bumps. We want nice fluffy cakes with no bits. 135, 135. Ooh! 133. I'm breathing in a smoke cloud of flour. There we go. Can't really put that back in. Let's try and put it back in. Oh no. Fail, fail, fail. Now we need 40 grams of cocoa powder. 40 grams of cocoa powder. Okay in there, chicken? Ooh. I know, I'm breathing it in as well. Sorry, chicken. All the powder's coming up and like going into our noses and mouths. Okay, so now we're gonna put this mixture in with the eggs, the sugar and the butter. Oh my gosh, I've just looked at my hand then and crapped myself. I was like, what's happened to my hand? But it's just the cocoa powder. I was like, I've got a disease. Cocoa powder and flour in. Nice little mixture. And then we'll mix that up. Okay, so it says if the mixture's a bit too stiff, then add a tablespoon of milk. Use whole milk as well, because it's much nicer and it's better for you than the semi-skimmed, if I'm honest. It looks nice. Right, whilst that's mixing, I'll get the cake tray ready. Okay, let's go for red. So that's one of my favourite colours. I mean, my favourite colour's pink, but red as well at the same time. Like, I like wearing red, but I also like wearing pink. What's your favourite colour to wear? Like, do you go for greens and blues, or do you go for reds and pinks and purples? Let me know, give me a message. So I'll do half red, half green. There we go. You know what I'm going to add? I'm going to add a little bit of vanilla extract, just to add a little bit more of a sweet taste. And I just love vanilla. I had this vanilla milkshake the other day, I can't remember what it was called, but it's from Tesco. I'll show you it here, if I can find it. But honestly, this is so good. Who's that little chunk? Honestly, he's massive. Like, he's not even 4 months yet, but he's fitting in 6 to 9 month old clothes. So I'm having to buy 6 to 9 months now, and he's not even 4 months yet. Like, he's just a proper chunk. I don't know if you can tell the size of him from this, but it's absolute madness. I think this is done now. Ooh, oh, I just got some on myself and then I was gonna lick it, and then I realised it's got raw egg in it. Don't really want to be risking, is it salmonella? Do you get salmonella from eggs, or is that chicken? Let me know. Right, now we're just gonna dollop the mixture. To be honest, I don't know how much you put in the cupcake cases, but I'm just kind of gonna guess, and I'll just put a couple of little lumps in. What do you think about that? Okay, getting hungry again. Hey, is that what it is? Honestly, all the women who breastfeed, well done. You're doing an amazing job. Because, yeah, it can get annoying sometimes having to, you know, sit down and have to take your top off or unbutton your buttons. Especially if you've got a hungry baby, like I have, who wants to just be on the nipple all the time. It gets annoying, but also it's so rewarding at the same time, because it's like, oh wow, I'm actually like producing this milk for my baby from my body. Like, honestly, the human bodies are amazing. Like, it's just made me get so much respect for women who do it. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, not putting a downer on the people who bottle feed, because again, that's hard as well. Because obviously you've got to sterilise and, you know, put the powder in, the water, like, you know, and have it ready for the baby or whatever. So yeah, well done to you guys as well. But yeah, just from my experience, it is difficult sometimes, because you just want to be doing stuff and then you've got to sit down, and yeah, it's annoying. It's annoying, but it's so worth it. It's so worth it for you, isn't it? You know what? I don't think I'm going to have enough mixture to fill all of the cupcake cases. Okay, so we've only got enough mixture for 10 cupcakes. So I've probably put a bit too much in each case, but I kind of like them to come over the cupcake case rather than under, if you get me. So I want like a round kind of look, if you get what I mean. So they're all in. Now we'll put them in the oven to cook. Okay, so we've put them in the oven for 20 minutes or maybe even 15 minutes, depending on how much mixture you put in the cupcake cases. And the oven is at 180 degrees. Yeah, 180 degrees Celsius. Oh, before I forget, let me show you the garden, because we've been doing it like on the weekends and stuff. Let me just find some shoesies or slippers. I'll wear my slippers. Okay, so this is the garden. Bit messy here, like, but we'll clean that up at some point. We've got to do all this bit as well. But to start off, we've done the bark. So we've barked quite a lot, actually. James put the wood down as well over the brick, and then I painted it brown. And then I painted these to put here, which are eventually going to go here once we've sorted this bit out. But I'll just do like a little before shot. And then we've got this bit here, which we've barked. And then we've got some little stepping stones going into the greenhouse. And then we've got this awesome plant here, which is gorgeous. Still got to do a little bit of barking. Got to finish me painting off as well. Barked all around the sides. We're going for the least amount of upkeep as possible. So we thought like barking would be the easiest thing to do, really. But we got these from, I'm gonna say, Home and Bargain Garden Centre. I think, but I just thought they'd look quite nice on the side. And then I've still got to plant some flowers in these little pots here, and then we're going to tackle the back last, because we're just chucking everything down there, and we're going to like compact it down, I think. And then I got some little fairy lights as well for the trees. These are apple trees, by the way, all of them. They're all apple trees. But yeah, so I've put some nice little fairy lights which look nice at night time. But yeah, the flowers are coming out. Karen got me these. That's James's mum. So I planted them out in these little pots that my nan gave me. But yeah, so it's starting to look good. I don't know why that's on the floor like. Ooh. What do you think of the garden? Do you like it? James has fell asleep. Little cutie. I want to try and put him down now. This is always the hardest bit because you end up putting him down and then he wakes up and starts crying again. And I'm like, no, you just fell asleep. He's awake. No. Well, I tried. And the cupcakes are ready. That one's a bit small, like. I mustn't have put enough mixture in. They look nice. What I'm gonna do is when I go to the shop, I'm gonna buy some white chocolate. I'm gonna melt it and then drizzle it on top. So it's got like a little bit of a topping on it. Then we'll do the taste test. Recipe is down below. Okay, so for lunch today, we are having sweet chili roast chicken breast. I mix a couple of pieces of that with mayo. Kind of looks like this. Looks a bit gross, but it's nice. And then you put it on your sandwich. And then you put it in the grill and make it into a toastie. Is that the grill? Yeah, that's the grill. Yeah, put it in the grill and you'll have a nice little toastie. Always butter the top as well. So obviously put your sandwich on. And then if you butter the top, it just adds that extra bit of saltiness. And it's just gorgeous. Sometimes I put a little bit of cheese on top as well. I might do that actually. Yeah, why not? You know what I mean? I'm gonna pop that in the grill. And that's what I'm gonna have for lunch. Because James isn't home for lunch today, so he can have his toastie later. Because I did do it thinking that he was coming home, but he's not. So just one toastie for me. And he can have a toastie for tea. Toastie, 10 out of 10. What's the milk like? Is it 10 out of 10? We've got a tired boy here. So we're going to go for a little walk to Costa. Get a frappe or something. But I've just put him in this buggy. Obviously he's usually in that, in his Moses basket, but he actually fits in this, which is fab. So now we can like proper sit up and like look around him and stuff. Yeah, we're gonna go for a nice little walk in your buggy. This is new, isn't it? The weather is a bit crappy today, so I've whipped me winter hat back out. We've whipped it out, back out to the closet. Yes. But yeah, so we're gonna take a little walk. Got my keys, got my phone. Hey, does anyone remember that song? That guy on X Factor, I think it was, or Britain's Got Talent, and he goes, "Where my keys? Or where my phone? Or where my keys?" I think something like that. Anyway, if anyone knows what I'm on about, let me know. I'll have to try and find it on YouTube later. Just checking everything's locked. Yep, let's go. Looks like he's got a proper spud head when he puts this hat on. It's getting a bit small for him. Okay, I'm just in Costa now. I've picked up one of these to read whilst I have my hot chocolate. Baby's chilling over there, fast asleep. And I also got a Fanta as well to wash the hot chocolate down with. Sounds a bit gross, but it works. Yummy. And I got some marshmallows. The baby's woke up. Let's see how long he stays in there until he cries. Then he wants to get out. It's quite busy today. Quite busy. Okay, we're home now. I'm being quiet because the baby's asleep. I don't want him to stay asleep for at least another hour. We'll see. But yeah, so I'm just gonna melt some white chocolate. I just went with Milky Bar. I'm just gonna melt some of that and then drizzle it on top of the cupcakes. Okay, so we're ready to drizzle now. I don't want it to go on too thick. Ah! There we go. That's what I was hoping for. That'll do. They look like little zebras. Little zebra cakes. That's what I'm going to call them. Zebra cakes. Boom. And we're done. There we go. Zebra cakes. Taste test. You know what? I reckon chocolate chips would have been nice inside the cake as well, to add a bit of a crunch. Not a crunch, you know what I mean, like a bite. But they are quite nice, if I do say so myself. Just editing the vlog now. Forgot to end it, so here's the ending. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe and like if you enjoyed and you want to see more content. Hit the bell notification. And yeah, thanks. See you in the next one. Bye.